You won't believe what I'm about to share. I'm not in county jail, though it came close. When I saw my wife, Emily, crumpled on our porch steps, clutching her arm in pain, something snapped inside me. Not blind rage, but the cold, calculated focus I honed over 27 years as a Navy SEAL. The HOA enforcer who shoved her stood there with his goons, smirking like he'd won a war. He had no clue who he was facing. I wasn't going to break his jaw, I was going to dismantle his entire corrupt operation with surgical precision, leaving no trace of retaliation, just undeniable justice. Where are you watching from? Drop your city below and share your HOA horror stories. Trust me, what happened next will make your day. I'm Nathan Reynolds, 49, retired from SEAL Team 4. After decades of covert ops, high-stakes missions, and nights haunted by PTSD, all I wanted was peace. Emily, my anchor through every deployment, deserved it too. She'd stood by me through desert firefights, jungle ambushes, and the silent battles at home when memories gripped me at 3 a.m. We chose Willow Grove Estates in Nevada for its promise of tranquility, a quiet community with a backyard for Emily's herbal garden and a garage for my custom furniture projects. The listing agent called it serene, family-oriented. We believed we'd found our sanctuary. The first 5 months were perfect. Emily, a trauma nurse, grew herbs for her hospital patients' teas. I taught free martial arts classes to local kids, helping them build confidence. We bonded with our neighbors, Tom and Lisa Carter, over backyard barbecues. I built Emily a cedar pergola for our 26th anniversary, carved with intricate patterns to support her climbing jasmine. Her smile was worth every hour spent sanding it smooth. Then the trouble started. A burly man in a too-tight polo knocked on our door. Derek Holt, Willow Grove HOA Compliance Officer. Your pergola violates Regulation 19C, Section 2. Unapproved structures. $500 fine, remove it in 72 hours. His tone was smug, his clipboard a weapon. I stayed calm, a skill forged in hostile territories. We didn't know about pre-approval. Can we submit paperwork now? Derek scoffed. No retroactive process. Rules are rules. He slapped a violation notice into my hand and strutted to his HOA-branded truck. That night, Tom leaned over our fence. You've met Derek's enforcement squad. Watch out. Claire Donovan runs this HOA like a dictatorship. She's forced out 4 families in 2 years. As a SEAL, I'd learned to spot patterns. Aggressive HOAs don't drive residents away unless there's a motive. Something was off, and I was trained to find what. We studied the HOA bylaws, a 60-page maze we should have read before buying. I filed an appeal, offering to adjust the pergola to comply. The response was a slap, appeal denied, plus 6 new violations, mailbox shade, non-compliant, lawn 0.3 inches too tall, garbage cans, improperly placed, Emily's herbs, unauthorized, my kids' classes a nuisance, and a vague, community disturbance. Fines totaled $2,800. This wasn't oversight, it was a targeted attack. Emily's eyes hardened. This is wrong, Nathan. We're fighting for everyone they're bullying. I nodded, feeling the familiar calm before a mission. I wanted peace, but it looks like we've got one last op. The HOA board meeting was held in a lavish clubhouse, all marble and chandeliers, funded by our dues. Claire Donovan, 60, with platinum hair and diamond earrings, presided like a queen. Flanking her was Victor Ramsey, the treasurer, a wiry man with shifty eyes, and 3 silent board members who nodded at her every word. Mr. Reynolds, Claire said, her voice laced with pity, our rules protect property values. Everyone complies. I presented photos of similar structures, including Claire's own unapproved patio cover, and pointed out bloated budget lines for consulting and maintenance in their public financials. Victor's jaw tightened, Claire's smile froze. We're here for your violations, not finances, she snapped. I caught Victor's fleeting panic, a weak point. HOA patrols ramped up. Derek photographed our windows, once lingering near Emily's garden. When I confronted him, his hand hovered near a stun gun. Just doing my job. Don't like it? Move. His bravado screamed amateur, a bully used to compliance, not resistance. Emily, stubborn as ever, kept her garden alive despite the fines. After a 14-hour shift saving a gunshot victim, she decided to remove part of the pergola to de-escalate. It's not worth it, Nathan. I was in the garage when I heard her cry out. I sprinted to the porch. Emily was on the ground, arm limp, pain etched on her face. Derek and 2 enforcers loomed over her, one holding a camera. She resisted inspection, Derek said, smirking. Section 14 grants us entry. Emily, ever the nurse, assessed herself, dislocated shoulder, possible ligament tear. My SEAL instincts screamed, 3 targets, no weapons, primary aggressor center. I could have dropped them in seconds. Instead, I lifted Emily gently, glaring at Derek. You've made a mistake you can't undo. Tom and Lisa arrived, Lisa recording. I called the police. Officer Greg Nolan, a buddy of Derek's, showed up, dismissing Emily's injury as a trip and refusing a report. At the hospital, Emily's shoulder was reset, no surgery, but weeks of recovery. In the car, I made my call. This HOA was a threat, and threats get neutralized methodically. Claire, Victor, Derek, and Nolan didn't know it, but they'd just started a war they couldn't win. Tom, a retired sheriff's deputy, shared a dossier he'd built. Claire's husband died suspiciously in a car accident 2 years ago, leaving her wealthy. Victor, fired from a credit union for irregularities, joined the HOA soon after. Derek had a dropped assault charge, hushed up after he became Claire's enforcer. Lisa, a freelance journalist, dug into HOA finances, finding $20,000 paid to a non-existent landscaping firm tied to Claire's cousin. Nolan got free golf club access, courtesy of Claire that I called Mia Torres, a lawyer and former Marine whose life Emily saved after a car wreck. She reviewed the bylaws and state law. They've broken 7 statutes, Mia said. But HOAs bank on residents not fighting back. It's costly and slow. I grinned. They've never faced a SEAL with time and training. We launched a multi-front operation. I documented selective enforcement, Claire's patio, Victor's oversized fence, all ignored. I filed 15 records requests, exposing their refusal to comply with transparency laws. Mia secured a restraining order against surprise inspections. Lisa's article in the local paper exposed the HOA's shady spending, sparking resident outrage. An anonymous tip, a former HOA bookkeeper, sent bank statements showing Claire and Victor siphoning $300,000 into personal accounts. Claire called an emergency meeting to push a $2,500 per household legal defense fee code for covering their tracks. I crashed it, presenting evidence of embezzlement and harassment. This HOA isn't protecting you, I told the crowd. It's robbing you. The fee vote failed. Claire stormed out, her grip slipping. Residents started talking, sharing stories of fines for wheelchair ramps, religious decorations, even a kid's tricycle. We formed a homeowners' rights group, gathering signatures for a board recall election. Derek escalated, caught on our cameras trying to enter our backyard at night, violating the restraining order. Nolan dismissed it, but Tom's sheriff friend filed a report, exposing Nolan's bias. Then came the bombshell. The bookkeeper's tip led to offshore accounts tied to Claire's vacations and Victor's crypto losses. Mia filed fraud charges with the DA. Claire's lawyer slapped us with a $16,000 lien for unpaid fines. Emily paled. They could take our home. I studied the notice. Desperation move. Their betting will fold. Mia agreed. It's shaky legally, but fighting it costs money. They're counting on that. I smirked. They don't know me. Our counterstrike was relentless. Mia demanded a court-ordered audit. Lisa's second article named Claire's cousin's fake firm. Residents rallied, 40 strong at a community meeting, sharing horror stories, a veteran fined for a flagpole, a widow harassed over her garden gnomes. We had enough signatures to force a recall vote, despite Claire's claim that delinquent homeowners couldn't participate, a lie Mia debunked. Then Derek slipped. At the hospital for a sprained wrist, he tried intimidating Emily. Accidents happen. Your house could burn. Emily, cool as ice, replied, that's a threat, Mr. Holt. I'm reporting it. Derek backed off, rattled. Later, he contacted me, uneasy. Claire and Nolan are planning to plant drugs in your truck. I'm out, this is too far. I asked why the turn. Your Carla didn't treat me like garbage after what I did to her, he muttered. A crack in the armor. Perfect that we set a trap. With Mia and Tom, we rigged extra cameras around my truck. At 1 a.m., Nolan planted a package under the seat. At 4 a.m., he searched it, expecting drugs. I'd swapped the contents for flour. What's this? He stammered, holding the bag. Not what you planted, I said. We've got you on video, 1:17 a.m., placing that package. Copies are with the DA. Nolan's face collapsed. The sheriff arrived, and he was cuffed. Claire and Victor held a secret meeting, violating court orders. Our hidden recorder caught them plotting to frame me and funnel more funds. Mia played it for the DA, Claire admitted to embezzlement, targeting residents, and Nolan's drug plot. Search warrants hit their homes and the HOA office, uncovering $350,000 in stolen funds. Claire's luxury SUV and Victor's boat were seized. Nolan lost his badge and got 3 years for conspiracy. The trial was swift. Claire got 5 years for fraud and extortion, Victor, 4. Their assets repaid the HOA's losses. The DA probed a city councilor tied to Claire's golf club perks. Willow Grove elected a new board, led by Tom, slashing fees by 25% and boosting services. Emily's pergola stood proud, jasmine blooming. My kids' classes grew into community workshops on standing up to bullies. A year later, Willow Grove threw a block party, free, joyful, no HOA fines in sight. Lisa's national article called it, "The Seals Takedown." I spoke to the crowd. This wasn't my fight alone. It was ours. Against corruption, for freedom. As kids ran through yards once policed by Derek's squad, Emily squeezed my hand. You gave us more than peace, Nathan, a community. Claire thought she'd built an empire, but her greed forged our unity. Every fine, every threat, every lie was a brick in her own prison. The law she weaponized crushed her. If you're battling HOA tyrants, document everything, build allies, and fight smart. Check out HOA Tales Unraveled on YouTube for more stories of beating corrupt systems. Share yours, we're stronger together.